Hey, what's going on? It's Unapologetic Gaming. I'm back with another video. Another review video on Madden 23 beta. Last video I talked a little bit about the wide receivers. This video I'm gonna go more in depth on the new passing system. For the people that like to say that the game is still the same, it's clearly got some new features, man, and it's not a thing where you can just look at a leaked clip recorded on the cell phone. You know what I'm saying? And be like, oh, it looked the same, or oh, it is the same, or oh, they only changed the scoreboard. You know what I mean? It's something you're going to have to actually get your hands on and mess around with. You know what I mean? Turns different settings on, change the settings. If you want the reticle on, if you want, they have like 4 different type of passing modes. One of the modes they only have for offline play. Only one, they have a setting where there's a meter where you can see the different throwing powers, where you can lob it, you can throw like a regular pass, I'm guessing, and then a bullet pass. That one I really don't need. The one that's really going to change the game is the Freeform passing system, where they actually have a radius in gray, and then they have a gray or white grayish reticle that you can move on the field. So you have from the time you press the button to the time that the pass is released to move this wherever you want to move it on the field, to like to an open area near the receiver, or you can move it out of everybody's reach to throw it away. So that's another option to throw the ball away, instead of hitting the R3, which sometimes sometimes hitting that R3 button is tough. So you can throw it to a receiver, but you could throw it out of bounds, you can throw it away from coverage, you can do that type of thing, which they do in real life. So I like that option. I've done it multiple times, but like you can make a lot of throws in the back of the end zone, especially 1-on-1. You can do back shoulder catches. You can throw it high. And of course, the elite quarterbacks with all their ratings, they can place the ball a little bit better. They have better accuracy. I've been, of course, playing with the Eagles and Jalen Hurts, because that's the team I strictly play with my Eagles. I'm an Eagles fan, so even for the past, ever since Madden came out, I've always played with the Eagles, no matter how good or bad they are. You know what I mean? And so I need to really practice throwing with Jalen Hurts and seeing what he can do. Obviously, the game might be a little altered, when it comes out officially. Hopefully, they don't really change much, because I'm loving the feel of it. Yeah, so they had this reticle that you can move around, and they have a setting where you can put infinite, meaning you can move it far, like maybe 5 yards, 5, 6, 7 yards outside of the radius. Or they have near, where you want to only move it 2 yards out of the radius, away from the quarterback. I have mine on infinite, because it gives you a broader range, especially like if you're throwing a streak down the left sideline and you see that it's a corner in the back of the end zone, you can try to lead him to there. Especially if you got a fast receiver, you can try to throw it early and lead him to that corner, and you know what I mean, and try to place it there. Now, a lot of times it's going to be incomplete, depending on what quarterback you might have. But it's good that you have that option to do that, man. And then also, you can also change the speed of the reticle. Like if I can compare it to like a Warzone, where you can change the sensitivity. That you can change the speed, because some people might want to be able to move it faster, because mind you, you got from the time you press the button to the quarterback throws the ball to move that reticle. Depending on the quarterback's release, if they got a quicker release or whatever, I know some of these abilities, you might not have as much time. So it's like a split. I mean, you got to kind of see the field and know where you want to go with the before you even press that button, because and then also throwing on a run is it's not as OP, man. It's not as OP. I know last year they had inaccurate, low ball inaccurate and things like that. But they have that, and they also have where in red, where you would see if your pass was accurate or not. In red, they have very inaccurate. And a lot of times you throw a very inaccurate pass, it's going to be horribly inaccurate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like that too. They nerf throwing on the run. Like, I played Lamar Jackson. I played Kyler Murray. I played Josh Allen. And these dudes, like, that was just great with them. Like, they struggling. And I'm playing against people. I'm playing against, like, Carson Wentz and Justin Herbert and who else? Garoppolo. Like, dudes is throwing better dots than dudes with Kyler Murray. You know what I mean? And Josh Allen. Normally, you were fair playing a Buffalo. Now, you still, if it's a person that know how to use that know how to play and that know how to game plan, and they know how to read defense and coverage, and they know what they're doing, they going to still dot you up, man. It's still the Buffalo Bills. But I'm talking about a lot of players that you ran into in rags. They strictly relied on escape artists and the abilities of these players. And on offense, you really going to have to know what to do. Now, defense is great right now. The pass rush gets in there, especially if you got pass rushers with ability. So you're going to have to dump it down. You're going to have to throw hitch routes to your tight end, and it has to be perfect timing. And this is why I say that. If I drop back, right, and I throw a hitch route, you have to kind of throw the hitch route almost at the same time he's like, stop breaking and it's about to turn around. Because if you wait till 2 seconds after he throw the hitch, that linebacker will pick it off. You know what I mean? That linebacker will pick it off. He'll break on the ball. They're breaking on the ball, man. So passing is going to be key. You're going to have to understand timing. You can't throw no late passes, then get mad. You cannot throw no late passes. And this is as of right now. This is the beta as we speak right now. This is not when the game come out. Hopefully they don't change. They got a habit of doing that, caving into the community of crybabies that want to cry about the game being too hard. You know what I mean? This game right here, you're going to have to really understand what you're doing. You're going to have to understand what you're doing, or you're going to get flooded, man. You're going to get 21-0 and you're going to quit. Because you're going to go throw 2-3 pick sixes. You know what I mean? It's not how it's playing right now in the beta is not the game where you can just rely on different stuff. You know what I mean? I had a guy inside zoning me to death. And what I did was, just to go off topic, but to give you an example, what I did was I shift my line, and I kind of changed the direction they was rushing in, and they got clamped up. He was still able to get 3 yards, 2 yards, but you know what I mean. And I noticed that's what I've been doing. Like, it's a lot of things. Everything has an adjustment. I played the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are still good now. The Chiefs are still good with Kelsey and Miko Hardman and Juju Smith, Schuster, and you know what I mean? Like, they still going to be good. With Mahomes, with his, he got, still got bazooka, he got pass lead, elite, and all that with the abilities. If you know how to play, you can dot up with Mahomes, because especially with that reticle, you can basically put the ball wherever you want. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. If somebody picked the Packers, even if they don't have Adams, you can get open with average receivers if you understand coverage and what the CPU's doing. You got to. This is the year of I'm gonna take what the defense is giving me. There's no I'm just gonna run this route and it's gonna work every time, because the defense plays a lot better. Now, can you still dot up? Yes. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I've got dotted up. Can you still get dotted up? Yes, I've dotted up dudes with Jalen Hurts. But is the defense must improve? Yes. You know why? Main reason why is the zones are playing much better, and also the pass rush. You have 2 to 3 seconds unless you're max protecting. You have 2 to 3 seconds to throw the ball. I dropped behind the line of scrimmage 15 yards and got an inaccurate pass. I'm like, wow, okay, that's in the game. You have to know how to stand in that pocket and move in the pocket and step up in the pocket. I've done that, man. Like, most of my passes, I'm hiking the ball and not moving. Because if you drop too far back, them rushes are coming off the edge. So you kind of have to help your tackles, man, by stepping up in the pocket. Or you're going to be like, oh, my offensive line is ass. Yeah, I seen some blow-bys where the offensive line they don't even engage. You know what I mean? But to counter that, when I look and see that blow-by, I step up in the pocket real fast, or rush up in the pocket real fast, and then the tackle will kind of continue to get a better angle on the block. Like, you got to know how to maneuver that pocket, man. If you just drop back 15 yards or sprint to the sideline, those defensive ends disengage a lot faster. Now, you're going to have trouble, man, if you don't adjust, and you're going to go online and say how much you hate Madden 23 when it's not Madden 23, it's you. Like I told a guy in the comment section of my video yesterday, he was complaining, oh, the game is trash, you can't even pass. I said, first of all, the game only been out a few days. So you don't even have the patience to practice, because you was one of them guys that was dropping back 15 yards and sprinting out. You can't do that no more as much. You know what I mean? And you don't want to practice it. You don't have patience. You know what I mean? You haven't adjusted the settings and tried different settings to fit you. You haven't done that. You just picked up the game, tried what you tried to do last year. It didn't work. Now the game trash. I've passed, and I know this type of guy talking like this, he's going to play with the elite teams. I played with Jalen Hurts, and I was able to put the ball where I wanted to put it at. A lot of times it was inaccurate pass, and I had to click on and get the receiver in. The click-ons is good too. So I throw a pass, click on, catch the ball. You can jump up and catch the ball at the height instead of getting that automatic ball knockout animation. They have a lot of aggressive catching, man, depending on, like, if I jumped up first, a lot of times I'm coming down, and then also you need to know your receiver's traits. Like, know if he's a receiver that makes aggressive catches or not. Like, on my team, Devonta Smith makes aggressive catches. A.J. Brown makes aggressive catches. Dallas Goedert makes aggressive catches. Quez Watkins makes aggressive catches. So I have a team where my dudes can go up and get it. You know what I mean? I have a team where my dudes can go up and get it. But you need to know who you're throwing it to, though. You need to know who you're throwing it to, because everybody, you're going to get a lot of tip balls, and 90% of tip balls, if a cornerback or safety or linebacker is there, they're picking it off. You get penalized for throwing bad passes. I'm telling you. Heed the warning, man. Heed the warning. I suggest when Madden 23 first come out, and this is next gen, I don't know how current gen is going to be. A lot of these features are only going to be on next gen. So, I suggest play the CPU when it first comes out. The only reason why I'm playing ranked, because these records is going to be reset when a real game comes out. This is just the beta. I think I'm 24-10 so far right now. But I suggest you play the CPU on all Madden just to make it hard. Whereas though when you playing a CPU, when you playing a user and he got users and he's adjusting defenses and all that, that you can get a grasp on what's going on, because you're going to mess your record up, man. You're going to mess your record up. But if anything I missed about passing that you want to know, let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button and subscribe if you know. And I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.